You know that moment. It's late at night, you're trying to sleep, but your brain just won't switch off. Instead, it's replaying a conversation from earlier. Every single word, every tone of voice, every little look. If that's you, you're in exactly the right place.
And you've probably asked yourself this question 1,000 times. Why can't I just stop doing this? It can be really stressful, right? You start to wonder if you're just anxious or maybe you're just overthinking everything. But what if I told you that this habit isn't what it seems? So let's get right into it. The common idea is that this is all about social anxiety. And sure, sometimes that's part of it. But the psychological truth is often something else entirely. It's actually a sign of a highly intelligent and deeply aware mind. It's not a flaw. Think of it more like a special feature.
So we're going to reframe this whole thing. We're going to look at these symptoms and diagnose the 6 rare strengths that are really driving this habit of replaying and analyzing everything. Okay, so what is the very first sign that this is actually a strength? Well, it's a trait that's called high self-awareness. Look, this isn't just you worrying for no reason. In psychology, we call this strong self-monitoring. You're not just replaying words. You're doing a really deep analysis of your own behavior. You're trying to understand yourself better and see the impact you have on the people around you. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. This deep awareness you have, it's the absolute first step for any kind of personal growth. You have to notice something before you can ever change it, and your mind is naturally built to do exactly that. Now, building on that self-awareness, we get to our second trait, and this one is all about how you handle your feelings. You almost certainly have a gift for strong emotional processing. This just means you feel things very deeply, and because of that, your mind has to go back and revisit things to fully unpack what you felt, and crucially, why you felt it. It's actually a coping mechanism that leads to real emotional stability down the road. So here's the key takeaway on this one. Your mind isn't trying to create chaos by replaying things over and over. It's actually searching for clarity. It stays right there in that emotional moment until every last piece of information is understood and put in its proper place. All right, trait number 3. This one moves from your own inner world to how you see other people. This is a really fascinating one. You have a high sensitivity to social cues. I want you to picture your brain as a super high-definition camera. While most people are just recording the basic audio, the words being said, your brain is capturing everything. The tiniest shift in tone, a frown that lasts for half a second, a little hesitation, you catch it all. So why do you replay these scenes? Because you're like a detective for human interaction. You're constantly trying to decode the subtext, the unspoken feelings that most people just completely miss. Honestly, it's a remarkable skill. And that leads us perfectly into our 4th trait, which really gets at the motivation behind all of this deep analysis. It comes from a desire to improve communication. This is such an important shift in how you see this. You're not replaying conversations to beat yourself up. You're doing it to learn. This shows you have a growth mindset, a real, genuine drive to be a better and more effective communicator. Think about it like this. Your brain is running practice drills. It's a mental simulation. It's looking at what went well, what maybe didn't, and what you could say or do differently next time to make things even better. This is all about looking forward, not getting stuck in regret. So, our 5th trait gets to the why. Why does your brain hold on to these specific conversations so tightly? It's all about how it prioritizes information. You have a strong memory for social experiences. Our brains are designed to remember things that have an emotional charge. Your brain just happens to place a super high value on social interactions. It sees them as critical data points that need to be saved, revisited, and fully understood. And let me be clear, this isn't obsessive, it's efficient. Your brain is basically flagging these moments as high-value information that's worth looking at again. It's a sign of a mind that is hungry to learn from human connection. And that brings us to our 6th and final trait, which really brings all of the others together. It's higher mental activity. Put simply, your mind is fast. It's always on. The analysis doesn't just stop when the conversation ends. This kind of nonstop processing is a classic hallmark of high intelligence and a lot of creativity. And let's be real, it can feel like a struggle. That part is absolutely true. But it's a struggle that's born from a strength. It's the challenge that comes with having a powerful, analytical mind that's always working, always putting the pieces together. So how do we make this a practical tool? The big goal here is to move from that anxious, repetitive worry to actual useful reflection. Let's just walk through this example. First, the memory. He said he was fine. Okay. Step 2, the emotion. I felt that knot in my stomach. Now the crucial part, the social cue you picked up. But I remember he had this quick frown. And that leads you to the insight. Oh, he wasn't upset with me. He was just stressed about what we were talking about. See the difference? You're decoding, not just worrying. Here's another perfect example. Someone says to you, sure, that sounds good, but what do you see? You see the tapping foot, the crossed arms, the fact that they won't look you in the eye. Your highly sensitive mind immediately decodes the real message. There's discomfort here. The words and the body language don't match. That's your superpower.
So let's end with this. That tendency you have to replay conversations, it's not a bug in your programming. It's a high-spec feature. It's a gift of awareness, of emotional depth, of intelligence. So the real question isn't, why do I do this? The real question is, now that you know what it is, how are you going to use it?